another jewelry making class. So in today's class we're going to be doing a simple bracelet for beginners. The essence of this class is to learn how to do the crimping method, which is basically for beginners, like I said earlier. So let's go on with the tools and materials we'll be using for the project. So in this project you're going to be needing 3 different colors of pearl beads. This is entirely up to you. You can decide to use 1 color, 2 colors, whatever you choose to do. That's entirely up to you. Okay, size of my pearl beads, the bigger ones are 6 millimeters and the smaller ones are 3 millimeters in size. You also need some hardware, so I'm using the lobster claw and some jam rings. So my jam rings comes in 2 different sizes. So the bigger size is going to be connected with the lobster claw, and then the smaller jam rings will be used to connect these ones. We'll get there and I'll talk more about it at that step. So the beading cord I'm going to use today is the tiger tail, and the tiger tail is basically just like the nylon thread or the fisherman's thread. Okay, the difference is that for the tiger tail you have a tiny strip of metal going through it. So for the nylon thread you just have the nylon without any metal strip going through it, but for the tiger tail you have a metal strip going through it, and that gives it this effect. All right, so the tiger tail I'm using today is 0.3 millimeters in size. Okay, if you don't have the tiger tail you can always use your fisherman's cord or your nylon cord. Then you'd also need your tools. So I'm going to be using my cutter and my flat nose plier, and my flat nose plier will be used in crimping, and then my cutter, as the name goes, will be using cutting. Okay, you'd also need some crimp beads for this project. You'd need your measuring tool, so either a tape measure or a ruler. Before we dive in, I'd like to say that if you're watching us for the first time, that you subscribe and hit on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. If you've been with us for a while now and you're part of the Skill Dance family, I'll say welcome back, and let's get on with today's project. So the size of my wrist is 7.5 inches. So every time you take the measurement of the wrist of the model or the person you're making the bracelet with, you just put a finger in between for ease if the person doesn't want it too tight, and I don't like my bracelet too tight. So my actual size is 7 inches, as you can see, and then if a finger goes in I'll come up to about 7.5 inches. Okay, so that's the length of the thread I'm going to be cutting. So I'll get my tiger tail, and these cords get to bend very easily because remember there is metal running through it. Okay, you can see that the end here is bent, so I'm going to cut it off. And you never cut these threads with a scissors, you have to cut it with a cutter because it's going to be messing up the edges of your scissors if you use your scissors, right? So here we go. I'm going to take my measurements now. And like I said, my finished measurement should be 7.5. So I'm going to be working with about 8 inches. Okay, that is going to be my length of my working thread. So I'm going to cut about 5 pieces of 8 inches thread. So like I said, the essence of this project is to learn how to do the crimping method. Okay, and this is basically a beginner's project in jewelry making. Okay, so I have 5 of them. Now let's get on with the crimping. So for the crimping you're going to need your flat nose plier, and I have talked about the flat nose plier before. If you want to know the uses of the tools and materials in jewelry making or in beading, I'm going to put a link to that video up there somewhere in this video so you can follow up on that. All right, to start off you're going to crimp on 1 crimp bead. So just the crimp beads are very tiny metallic beads. They look like seed beads, but these are made out of metals. So I'm going to string one on and then crimp it down with my flat nose plier. Okay, and when I've done that, I can start stringing on my beads. So I'm going to do one small pearl bead, one big pearl bead, and another small pearl bead, just like that. Okay, and then I put another crimp bead on top of it, like this, and then I'm going to crimp it in place. Okay, so what you put a crimp bead to start with, do your arrangement of beads, and then put another crimp bead to finish off that arrangement. What the crimp bead does is it keeps your arrangement in place and they do not move. So you decide what to do. So I will be doing an arrangement of about 1.5 inch. So my next arrangement is going to come here. Okay, so I'm going to put on a crimp bead, and I'm going to stop it at about 1.5 inch. So at this point I'm just eyeballing, but you can choose to use your tape measure to get your measurements in the right place if that is what you want to do. So I'll crimp it in and get my next arrangement onto it. Okay, and then get one crimp bead, and then lock it in place. So this is my second arrangement. I'm going to probably put a third one somewhere here, and then that will be it for the third arrangement. Okay, so now I've finished with my first strand. I'm going to go on with my second strand, and I have to decide on the arrangement and what to do. I would not want to put the second strand in the same place where I put my beads. Okay, so I'm kind of going to put the first bead just around somewhere here, and the second set of beads around here. Okay, the third bead somewhere here, so I can have them kind of intersecting at the spaces for the first one. Okay, now let me show you what I mean by that. So I know my first arrangement is going to be starting at about here, right? So I'm going to put my crimp bead in here and then crimp it in place. Okay, and then start my arrangement. I'm going to start with this small white pearl bead, a bigger one, and then a smaller one to finish it off, and then crimp it in place like that. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So when I put them together, you see that the arrangement, they are all not on the same line, you get it, or on the same row. They are interspacing at each other, and that gives it a beautiful effect. So I'm going to carry on off camera and finish this length and then bring it back for you to see. Okay, so this is the arrangement I have done. As you can see, I've staggered the arrangements, so we have them going interspaced. So we have them going in between each arrangement. So this is what we have. Okay, so I don't have all the beads lined up like that. I have them in a staggered arrangement kind of. So I'm going to put the ends together, and remember the length of our bracelet was 7.5 inches. That's our finished length, but I've cut it to 8 inches. And don't forget, we are going to have to add finishes as well. That will give it extra length. So I'm going to leave all my finishes at about 1 inch. I'm looking at the length of this bracelet being at about 6.5, and then the 1 inch, when that comes in, makes it 7.5. Okay, I'll show you what it means in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put all the ends into the cord end. I'm going to cut it just a little bit before I put them all in the cord ends. I'm going to get all of them to go into it like that, and then I'm going to press it down, and this needs to be firmly pressed. Okay, so I have fixed one end of the bracelet with a cord end, as you can see. Now I want to take my measurement and be sure of the length I am having. So my finished length should be around 7.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut this end down a little bit and try and fix my cord end here so that I can have the few inches left for my closure. So you push all the ends in to the cord end, and then with your flat nose plier you try and close it up a bit before you press it down. Okay, and you have to be pressing it down very, very firmly just to grip onto everything else. Okay, so you really need to put a lot of pressure on it to press it down completely. Now when this is done, we are nearly there with our bracelet. So the next thing is to put our closures in place, and that will be it. I'm going to be putting one jam ring here, and then this small one here, and then my toggle on one side, and then the bigger jam ring on the other side, and that will be it. So I'm going to need another plier to help me twist this jam ring open. Okay, and if you want to know how to open a jam ring, I'm going to put that link as well somewhere around the video, so you can click on it and then watch it. Okay, so I put my smaller jam ring, you twist it open, put it through the hole of your cord end, and then I'll string on the bigger jam ring and twist it back close to close it. So one side is completed. Now let's go on to the other side. You get the jam ring, twist it open, put it in the hole of the cord end, and then you bring your lobster claw to connect with it before you twist it back close. Okay, for that is it for the bracelet with the crimped effect. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give our video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share the video as well. It's a perfect piece for a bridal occasion or any special occasion to use as an accessory. Until we meet again in our next video, have a lovely day.